Hi guys, this is the Binti Love podcast. I'm your host, Binti Love. Hi, Binti Love seekers, love seekers. I'm an entertainment news reporter reporting on news events here in Maryland, the Kennedy Center, and other. Okay, let's take this time right out and hit that subscription button. Okay, let's get into it, guys. I'm reviewing Basketball Wives. Did I think this episode deserved 5 stars? I sure did, and I gave them just that 5 out of 5 stars. Now we're talking about season 11, episode 22. Okay. Now, I love me some Basketball Wives. I've been watching this for years. And so I'm definitely like, okay, what's going on with these girls in this episode? Okay. So let me just comment and say point number one. Why do all the girls seem to have a beef with Jackie? For those who don't know what a beef is, it's basically like a problem. Like, no matter what, there's always have a problem with Jackie. So she must be a very strong woman because always having to be the one that has, someone has a problem with them. Jackie being invited to Mexico on a trip. Really, they make her the fall guy every season, so, I don't know what that is, because, I like Jackie. I like that, she's older than a lot of the women there by like 20 years, some of them, but she's the most young one there, and I love that. It's like very inspirational to me. Yes, Jackie is inspirational, guys, to me. Why not? Why not Jackie be the inspirational one, huh? Okay, so, so it has been years since Jackie has been in the clique with the girls when they all loved her. Have you guys noticed that? They seem to be like, okay. Like the new girls watched all the episodes she ever was on, and they were like, okay, I'm going to get on here, and we're going to just make sure that Jackie's a problem. No matter what her growth has been, or does she need to grow? Because sometimes people make you feel or think you have a problem, because 5 girls in a group, and I don't like this analogy. They're like, okay, if all 5 people, when people say, if you're the one having a problem with 5 people in the group, then maybe it's your problem. Not necessarily. Because a lot of people seem to jump on a bandwagon like, okay, I want to fit into this group, and if everyone else has a problem, you're going to have a problem with me too, no matter what. I never really get to know that person, things of that sort. So I don't agree with all these things that we've heard over the years, and we just make it like it's a fact or a truth when it's not really a fact or a truth. It's not really a fact or a truth if you're one person in the group and all 5 other people in a group of 6 have a problem with you, then it must be a problem with you. Not necessarily, because people, like I said, jump on the bandwagon and they just do, monkey see, monkey do, for lack of a better expression. And that's not always, and sometimes people just paint you in a place where you don't want to be, and they don't want you to get out of it. And that's a problem. Okay, so point number 2, let me report that why is Brandy and Bridget getting along, but she's beefing with, what's the other girl? So Brandy and Bridget are getting along, but she's beefing with, she's beefing with Jackie, and she's also beefing with Evelyn. And so I don't get that. Like, it seems to me, not to say this, but I kind of feel like sometimes Brandy just has an issue with everyone. Like, she's just going to have an issue with someone, like no matter what. So I don't get that, other than the fact that I think Brandy's just like, sometimes she looks like she wakes up mad. No offense, I don't, I like her. I'm still getting to know her, her coming back this episode, this season. But I really didn't like, some of the things she did in her last seasons. Just my opinion and commentary. I don't dislike her. I really don't dislike her, but I feel as though like she wakes up with an attitude and then she just wants to take it out on other people. Like no matter what they do, it's going to be an issue with her. That's my point of view. That's my commentary. And I really don't dislike her, but Okay, so moving on to point number 3. Let me report that my criticism is it seems like Evelyn is not having a bestie this season. Like she is just like playing up to all the girls, and that is not normally like her. So I'm wondering if there's something going on in Evelyn's personal life where she feels like she just needs to fit in and she's like acting like she normally never acts. She's normally like the leader and always has something to say, and I feel like she's just like, sitting in this season like she's dealing with like maybe some other stuff that we don't know about. And she's not being the strong, opinionated woman that we normally, get to see. So I'm wondering if Evelyn is really going through something else and she's just like playing up to all the girls to just get through the season. You can't just get through life. You gotta be present. Let me just say that. I love Evelyn too. Yeah, Evelyn is definitely looking good. Great eyebrows and skin this season, and the curly long hair looks good on her. And definitely love her with the hoops. Yeah, she's one person that looks good with hoops. A lot of people are like, can she take those big hoops off? But when Evelyn wears big hoops, for some reason, you're like, I like that. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Now, moving on to point number 4, the MVP moment, is them just sitting around in Mexico and having a good time. Once they all finally got there, right? I thought that was nice, because one thing these girls like to do is have a good time. We've watched them for years just totally have a good time. And they kind of turn up, but not really, because they're only like going to dinner. You don't really see them at like parties and clubs often. Sometimes they do, but basically they're just like sitting around the house and or at a restaurant and just really talking to each other. And I love that they're so passionate with their talking. But my thing is, when they don't ever connect, it just seems like they're just like, attacking each other instead of talking to each other, which I don't like. People think that we want to watch to hear them attack each other, but that's not really true. We want them to get their points across and come, to some type of resolution. And so, sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't. And so that might be a little bit more of an issue with them. Because, they're all great ladies. And we feel as though, they can do better with communication as they get older. I feel like I know no one in their 50s arguing like that. Someone pushing 50, I'm like, at some point, one of you guys got to be the listener. And I feel that needs to be more of it. And maybe that's what's happening with Evelyn. Maybe it's just that. Like, she's like, okay, let me listen to these girls in their 20s or 30s because I'm pushing 50 and I just don't feel like it anymore. This heartburn I'm getting from this wine I'm drinking is totally too much for me. And I'll just rather let her talk and I'll just listen. Yeah. Okay, now moving on to point number 5, the most loving moment is them just all showing up together and not all being mad at each other. when I saw that and they just really showed the love, like, they hang out enough that, you get to love each other like real sisters. And so I did see that. And, they left whatever baggage they had behind in LA, and they're in Mexico, a beautiful place. And how can you not feel the love for your other sisters? So that was the most loving moment. Now, is this a research moment or a teachable moment, guys? Let's take a look and listen. It's Binti Live now. Is this a teachable moment or a research moment? Here at the Binti Love Podcast, viewers try to guess which one it is with the Binti Love Podcast. Is this a research moment or a teachable moment, guys? Yeah, so again, we're trying to figure out which one it is. And for this one, it's a teachable moment. Yes, and the teachable moment is let's take take some time. We need to and be able to just still being to be able to all show up together, regardless. Believe it or not, you can really become codependent on your girlfriends if they always have, every time there's an issue, they're always there in the good and bad times. And so the teachable moment is that you're being able to show up no matter what. Okay, we were kind of beefing, a little bit last month, but I'm still going to show up for this trip, And although it seems like I don't want to really see her, if someone's always there, you become codependent when you go through things and they're there for you. So that's a teachable moment, that be able to show up for your girlfriends, show up for your family members, things of that sort, whether you had some type of dispute or not, about something, whatever. If you're always there, consistently there with each other, that's the relationship that forms, and that's the codependency that's healthy sometimes. To have someone, no matter what we might be going through, they always show up for me. And that's what's great. Okay, so that was the end of that. That was the research moment. Now, again, you can see me on iHeartRadio and other platforms. You can visit my website at www.bintilove.com. You can shop my eBay store and my Poshmark store. You can cash at me $, Michellebilove. Okay, so let bygones be bygones, and let God, let love be your guiding force. Subscribe, guys. Bye.